apple boats. They're a dessert that my grandparents have been making that I've learned how to cook and bake. So I'm going to be trying to do that from memory today. Let's see how it turns out. For the ingredients for the apple boats, we have apple pie filling, butter, eggs, bread, sugar, and brown sugar. We'll be showing you how we're going to be mixing it today, what you're going to need, and what the measurements are for everything to be perfectly right, hopefully. And this is what we're going to be doing. So what you're going to need to get started, you're going to get 2 bowls. And in the first bowl, we're going to get the butter and the eggs. For with the butter, we're going to get half a cup of butter into the bowl. If I can get this half cup of butter. Put it in the bowl. If it gets stuck, just try to get it in there. I should probably redo it. So what we're going to get started with, we're going to need 2 bowls. You're going to put a half cup of butter into one bowl. And you're going to first microwave the butter to get it down into a liquid consistency. And then add the eggs, approximately 2 eggs if you're doing 1 can of apple pie filling. And for the second bowl, we can get started with that. You're going to need a half cup sugar, half cup of sugar. And you get a half cup out of this. Half cup of sugar. And then move the sugar out of the way. Move brown sugar out. Well, I'm just gonna, and then we're gonna do a half cup brown sugar. Just pour it on in there since the half cup won't fit into the bag. That'll be good for a half cup. Half cup brown sugar. We're rolling into there. Take a spoon and just give it a mix on in there. Make it look like the 2 mixed in. And then I'm gonna get the butter melted, and then I'll show you how to mix the butter and eggs together, and then we'll get the bread going. Okay, we got the butter into a liquid consistency, and then we're gonna grab 2 to 3 eggs. I would prefer 2 so you don't overdo it. Set them on in there. Make sure you don't have any shells on in there while cracking them. And we're gonna take our spoon, do a little wipe off from mixing the other stuff, and then just start mixing that together. Make sure you get the eggs and butter really mixed in, or it won't really look that well. And when you're done with that, you move your stuff aside that you don't need. Butter, eggs, throw the eggs away, and we'll move on to the next step. So what you want to do for your next step is get a couple pieces of bread, get a rolling pin, and just roll the bread out as flat as you can get it. Use the other bread as a weight. Get as flat as you can. Doesn't really matter about the edges, because the edges are going to be for our next step. So we got this one as flat as we could. My scrap bin over here. So we're gonna cut a square out of, just cut the edges off where it makes a square with the bread. So you just go right along the edges like this. See, long thin strap. Throw it in your bin or throw it in your basket, whatever. And then you want to cut off the top bit like this, piece number 2, and so on and so forth. Just keep doing that. And third piece, and fourth piece right here, all the edges. So your bread should turn out kind of like a square. It's not fully flat. Just take a rolling pin, roll it out a little bit more. And then when you have a couple of these pieces, you want to get your egg and butter mixture, plop it right on in there. Like this. You want to like soak it. Bring over your sugar and brown sugar mixture. Bring it over here. Put it right on in there. Make sure it's all coated with the sugar and brown sugar. And then take those pan and then you just throw it on there. And then when you get the pan full, we'll be putting the apple pie filling onto the things and then showing you how to fold the pieces of bread with the batter on it. There, I got all the stuff together. I'm gonna get my stuff cleaned up. I'll be back with you in a second. The next thing you're gonna need to do after you get your bread covered with egg and butter and then sugar and then brown sugar, you're gonna want to get your apple pie filling. Take some out of the box or can, whatever you get. Put it on here. I'll line it up into a line. And fold it up over, technically like a taco. Like with this one, I'm not really getting it that well, so it's gonna be like that. I'm gonna have to make another batch if I want it to make them look any better. So, want to do that with the rest of them. You also want to preheat your oven to 375, and I just made a mess. The ones that I started off with, and really wasn't trying to rush through it. See, this one, perfectly good. You lay it on its side, and we're gonna throw it into the oven at 375 for about 40 minutes, 45 minutes, and we'll see what the final product looks like, and I'll see you guys then. So we're gonna be putting it into the oven. Go back in 45 minutes and see how they have turned out when they're done. Just pulling it out of the oven now. A little less than 45 minutes. But they're already done. So they got a little bit overburnt, but I'm gonna try one. If it's good. I just pulled them out of the oven. It's been 45 minutes. And I'm gonna try one of them, see if they're good. And call it a night. So I'm gonna get ready to try this. Hopefully I did a good job on it. So they're pretty good. This is the final product. I'll give you guys a bit of good. Okay. One of the apples. Pretty good. I'll let this sit at least 5-10 minutes after pulling it out of the oven. So if you guys like this video, press the subscribe button and press the like button down below. Don't forget to leave a comment on what you want to see on the next video. And peace